biggest egg right now. I don't know who lays that one. It's enough for some breakfast.
Welcome back to Lanil Haven Life. And this is one of our ducks. I am Poetry, and this is my wonderful wife, Kristen. This chicken coop behind us has gone through major transformations since we first built it on our land. We literally just started it out as a chicken coop that was going to hold about 5 chickens. And since then, our plans have changed in our homestead as we have grown. So we got a lot more chickens than that, and we also have ducks. So a few weeks ago, we recently got ducks, and they have grown fast. And we've also recognized that they just require a lot more than what chickens do. So in this coop, we're going to build a deck with a pool area, and we're also going to have a rain catcher system that will be able to bring water to the pool area and also be able to supply water to the ducks and the chickens.
So far, these ducks have definitely shown a lot of personality. They're getting very big, very fast.
Yep.
And I know they can't wait to get their pool set up. I can't wait to see them swim around. That's going to be a lot of fun. So Hercules looks like he's deeply concerned. So let me play with it.
So we have a lot of building to do. We have a lot of additions that we need to add to this coop. So let's get started. Our chicken coop is there. Everything else on the land is way down there. So for the past few weeks, we have been trying to figure out how can we get water to this coop and to be able to utilize that water somehow. So we first built the coop, and then we started making additions, and this was probably the 3rd phase of that addition. There is a bar that's here and a bar that's here. So when we were trying to figure out how and where are we going to put this duck pool at, initially we thought we were going to put it on the ground. We were just trying to figure out how can we better utilize the duck pool area. Probably after a week thinking about it, I noticed that these 2 beams right here, these 2 2x4s were here. And I was like, hey, for what we're trying to do, maybe we can utilize these 2 beams right here and put the pool on top of it, and we can utilize the bottom area for something else that we want to do. So that is what we're going to do. First, we are going to build a deck right here. First, I want to make sure that we are square in here. .46.5, and let's measure up front. And 46.5. So we are square. So we got a good support system to build our duck pool foundation on. To get started, we got a couple of 2x4s here to make a few simple joists. We're gonna make a couple of these joists to maximize the space in there, just in case if we decide to get a bigger pool for the ducks later on. And these are pressure treated 2x4s because there's gonna be a lot of water splashed around in there every day, all day. So we want to make sure that we got some good wood in there that won't rot very quickly. There's not a lot of power going to this saw because if you look at one of our previous episodes, we got about 450 feet of electrical cord having to go that way to our nearest outlet. We're pocket holing each end of the 2x4s that we just cut. Well, we got a little more power than that. Let's go. There we go, there we go. We'll get these screwed in with some pocket screws, and they'll be parallel to the beams that are already in here. And we already know we're square. Ooh, this is gonna be fun getting out of here. We got the joists installed, and now we're gonna cut some deck boards about 59.5 inches long. All right, let's see.
Mommy! That one's big.
Right. Oh yeah, he is. Yeah, that's one of the big chickens. We got the joist boards installed and we are installing our deck boards. Roro, how are you?
They come in.
Oh, you sure can. Woo! All the deck boards are in, they're all screwed down, and it is a good foundation for the pool. I don't require much in life, so I might just go to sleep right here and dream within the dream.
Are you sleeping? Are you sleeping, brother?
It's okay, y'all. I hear y'all. For this rain catcher barrel system, we're going to install a gutter up here, so that'll help the water flow into that rain barrel, and then we'll be able to use that water for the duck pool and for their feeding water. And actually we need to come up underneath that cord. Bring this cord over it, yeah, so it doesn't get caught, yep. And then it's gonna go, here I'll do my end. How's your end over there looking?
Oh, good.
Okay, and it should be past the edge, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Because you want to come in at a little bit of angle so the water will flow towards the downspout. Yep. Once we get the rain barrel exactly where we want it, we'll get this downspout hooked up where the water will flow down. We're going to start off using this pool for their duck pool, and if we want to go to a larger size, we always got a bigger deck. Now we could just put this pool on top of that deck there and be done, but as we said earlier, we want to utilize this space down here. So we're going to drill a hole into this and put a drain plug in here. So in the middle of this pool, we're going to drill a hole with this hole saw. Oh yeah, we got a lot of room in here, so we're gonna find a good spot in here to put this on. And not too close to the edge over there. I feel like this is good right here. And we don't want to hit a joist, so let's make sure we're out the way of that. I feel like there's a joist right there. Let's see where we drilled the. We'll put this pool right here, and we're going to draw a circle where the drain hole will go. We'll just make a little dot right there. So we have a regular sink drain, and we are going to take this apart. We'll put that to the side. Take off the lock washer. Take off the paper and washer here. And we'll take this out. We got some silicone. We're going to apply this around the rim here. And then we'll also apply some here to the edge of the pool. just to be sure. We'll put the drain in there. We'll put this gasket on. Put the paper one back on. And we'll lock it down. Get that tightened down all the way. All right, I think we got that tightened down pretty good. Not that it matters, we'll just kind of get this wiped up a little bit. And we'll kind of take this excess here and just in case, because this pool isn't perfectly flat. So we're just gonna go around the edge here and get into that cracks. And we'll try to wipe out some of this as much as we can. After what the ducks are gonna do to this caulk ain't gonna matter. We're gonna let this caulk dry and then move on to the next step. We're making a rain barrel stand for the rain barrel. We have one rain barrel right now. We're gonna get two. So we're gonna make this stand made to fit for 2 rain barrels. Right now we're cutting 6 pieces of 4x4s. We'll cut 2 pieces out of this 2x4. These will be the sides of the rain barrel stand. With the leftover piece of this 2x4, we're going to cut it down to about 4 feet, and then we'll cut another 2x4 at 4 feet. We'll start to put this together, then we'll cut out the other parts that we need. We're just screwing these down with some deck screws. We're cutting 4 deck boards at 40 inches long. Okay, so we're able to get 2 of these out of one, so we don't need all of these. Ooh. To help you keep this square, I also added a 2x4 at the bottom of this stand. To help support the weight of these water barrels, we're adding some joists in here. We're just adding these in here we don't want it to start sagging and bowing in the middle. So just kind of taking some extra precautions. All right, we'll turn this over and do the same thing. All right. We can start getting these screwed down. In order to make it a lot easier to get the pool in and out of here, we are going to make a door in this space right here. We already got the framework cut out. We got all the wood cut out. We got them pocket holes, so we're just kind of screwing them in here. Got some hinges. We'll get those screwed down. So we're just gonna get these top hinges screwed on. We're just using the existing screen that's here, and we're just gonna attach it right onto this door right here. And we're just taking off the screws that are on here. We'll use those first. We'll tighten this up down here. I'm sure there's more areas we can screw down, so we'll keep these screws on standby. We're adding a little slide lock here. Let's see if we can match it up right there. This in the down mode. Yeah. Actually, let's put it somewhere else because that's where we're gonna put a handle right there. So I'll move the little lock over here somewhere. We're gonna cut this area out with some snips. And that'll go there, and we'll cut around that. And we're gonna screw in a handle right here. A nice little spot. Hello? Is anybody home? I say hello. Is anybody home? Okay. This is the barrel that we're going to be using to collect our rainwater in for the ducks. We're going to drill a hole down here for the faucet. Let me scoot that back, get a little pressure. All right, this is our faucet. And this part goes on the outside. All right, that's looking good there. Daggone it. We got this part on, but we're gonna have to get the back part onto this. I'm gonna have to call somebody. Get into this barrel. Wait, I know someone.
Hey, I heard you need help.
It's you. They said that you would come from far away, and you're here now. Ah, Charlie, we have a mission for you.
Who's Charlie?
Oh, my bad, that's that dude from Willy Wonka. I'm sorry. We want to send you on a mission far away, far, far away. In another land. Run, Charlie. Run for your life. Run. You keep running and you'll go.
Run? Run where? The bill's right here.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. I want to give you something. This has been passed down from lineage to lineage. This is very valuable. Many have been defeated with it. Mountain lions and bears and tigers. They have been destroyed by this. I want to give you this.
You talking about this wrench?
Oh, yeah. It's a little rusty and all, but I put a little oil on that. But yes, I give you this. Wait, the way you took that like it was nothing, like it was just some piece of aluminum or something. Oh, I'm sorry, you dropped your cap. I don't think that's where Spider-Man tucks it. But I want to give you, what you call this. I want to give you this dope wrench. How about that?
All right.
Okay, and the mission, this barrel. You're going to go into the depths of the barrel, way down to the deep end, into the abyss.
It's only like 3 or 4 feet deep.
Skyland's gonna crawl into this barrel and he's gonna put this blue washer on first and then tighten this down. All right, here's your token. You got it on?
Mm-hmm.
All right, now you're gonna put the black one on. Let me know when you got it.
Got it.
All right, now you're gonna screw this on.
Oh my God, hold on.
You all right?
Yeah.
You need a light? Should've got you a headlamp. I better hold on to this, you're gonna roll down the hill. Tighten it, let me see. Yep. You good? Okay, we had a long way to go with this hose, but we finally got it hooked up and routed down here. And so we got water coming through it finally, and we're gonna test this faucet out. And right now we're checking it for leaks. We don't wanna fill this all the way up. If there's leaks, then we gotta pour this water back out. So far we look good, and we're gonna test out this faucet. Let's bring this up to the edge before this thing gets too heavy to move. Hey! Let's go. The rain barrel is installed, and now we're going to install this down pipe to the bottom of this pool. We got a nice breeze in here now with this door open, and where we drew the lines for the circle, we're gonna drill down into this deck. Hey. We use some of our fresh new water to clean this off. Get some of that sawdust off of there. And then we'll slide this in. Do a little test run, boom. Nice. We got a bucket. We're gonna put this right up underneath here, and we're gonna need this for later as well anyway. And let's put this stopper in. And we'll bring some fresh water here and test out this pool. The pool tested out great. The sink drain tested out great. The bucket below tested out great. We're not gonna put this in here permanently just yet for now. There's a few other things that we need to do before we get this set up completely tied into what we want it to do. As you can see, we are surrounded by trees as we live on our land in the woods. And so with our rain barrel system, we added a gutter screen guard to help keep the leaves out of it. And then we also installed the downspout to go into the barrel. We built and installed a lower door here. All right. Similar to the top one that we built earlier. We've added this door for a special purpose, for which we'll be showing you in just a little bit. We have a bunch of older chicks that we let out earlier that are out roaming the land and eating up all kind of good stuff. We got about 19 baby chickens in here and some ducks, and they've been here ever since they were little. Other than a $10 Tupperware bin, which they were raised in, they've grown up in here, and now we're going to open up this area and give them a little bit more room so they can roam around. All right, ladies and gentlemen, today is the day. We're gonna close this so they don't get out. And we're opening up this screen here so they can go into the main area over here. Gotta take a shovel in here and dig out this screen. Woo, that's way down there. Go ahead in there. Let me get the rest of this off. I see y'all making your way. Go on in there. We got fresh bugs, new bugs. There you go. Look at them. They excited. As you can see in that corner right there, the ducks have made their way inside the coop. We just rinsed the deck off one more time, and now we're gonna put the pool in there. And we'll put the strainer in. And we'll get our bucket in place. These are two 2x10s put together, and we're just pocket holing them together. And then we're placing these cleats special delivery. We are ready to fill this duck pool up, but first we got to attach another hose because these 3 hoses that we already got are not long enough to reach to the pool. Hey. All right. Make sure that sink strainer's in there. All right, good. Oh, y'all trying to get out. I'm gonna have to use this top one. You know what? Let's do that. Let's do that. That's what we made it for. Let's use this top one. Oh yeah, much easier. And we got a brick in here. We just set this brick on top of that. The ducks are so used to being on the ground. They're all huddled up at the base of the duck ramp. I know if I get closer, they're probably gonna run. Hello. Y'all good? Hey, big chickens. Everybody good? All right, we'll see you mañana. To help the ducks go up the ramp, we put these slats in on the side. We put those in on both sides, and then we also put some dirt going up the ramp. That kind of helps them to get a lot better traction as they go up to the pool. We also took out this bottom screen right here that you saw us install a couple episodes ago. This gives them better access to this entire coop spot. On the back side of the pool, we also put some hardware wire screen, so that makes them feel a lot more secure as they're in the pool. And it also keeps the chickens from coming in from the back side over here. Because the ducks are so used to having their water on the ground, they're about 4 weeks old-ish. They've been used to having their water in a certain spot. So we've put it up here to kind of help bring them up to the pool area. On the duck ramp, we have placed some food and some peas on it, going up to the pool. Previously we had some carrots and some kale on here, but these jokers right here be eating it all up. The chickens are eating up the greens and whatnot that we're putting on the stair, but slowly but surely the ducks are making their way up to it as well. We've added a second rain barrel to our system. Eventually we'll get a hose to tie into this barrel to drop water into this barrel when this one gets full, and we'll also add a spigot at the bottom so we can use it. If you know of a good rain barrel water pump that has worked for you, leave a comment below. The duck pool is murky and we need to do something about this. The reason that we wanted ducks was, one, for the eggs, but two, which could be actually our number one, is we were wondering what could we do with the ducks other than just for the eggs. And duck water is a great resource, a great source for gardens. Duck water provides nitrogen, potassium, and phosphorus, which is like gold to a garden. All of our soil comes from compost that we do on our land, so we know exactly what's going in it, and we know exactly what's going on in our vegetables. So with this addition, we're able to provide 3 or more additional sources to our garden that are natural and that we know exactly what's going into the soil. So we need to get this water out of the pool, so we're going to open up the door. All right, we got some gloves and we're gonna pull this plug up here. So we're gonna get too full. We'll plug that back up. And we'll get this bucket out of here. And then we'll drop another one down here. Pull the plug. The ducks just realized where this water is coming from, so hopefully they're making their way up this ramp. We put some peas on the stairway, so they're making their way up. There's one there. Yeah, they're realizing where the water's coming from. There's one right there. Yep, they're eating up the peas. There you go. You can do it. We got a ways to walk, so we'll meet you at the garden. We have some bok choy growing in this raised planter bed right here, so we're just gonna pour the water around them. kale that the ducks are eating, which is the same kale that we're eating, comes from our garden as well. So we're gonna pour some of this duck water in here.
So we finally got the whole duck setup set up. It includes this adorable little pool they get to swim in, and all the drainage, and also where the water is going to be coming from, which are the rain barrels and the gutter system. So everything is in working order, and now we're just waiting on the rain.
Yeah, this is crazy because it has not rained. It's rained like once. I mean, like one day it was like.
We're being generous with saying once.
Right, but it's pretty bad. We have
yeah.
not had any rain here in Florida, at least in our part of Florida, for a very long time. But we are preparing for the summer season. We've already got the things that we need because if you know anything about Florida and what happens in Florida, it's going down. So, and a hurricane did not happen at all last year. So if that was to happen 2 years in a row, that's crazy.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
so.
we're definitely in a drought right now, but we know the rains are coming at some
Tropical
point.
storms
It's
and hurricanes. So, yeah.
Yep.
So, like Kristen said, the rain barrels are in. We're going to get we've got two now, so we're going to tie in the other one. Ducks are doing good. They're over here drinking up water like never before. And the chickens are joining them. They're all up in there. Finally, we got this done, got the deck done. It's been a pretty good experience with the ducks. The ducks are definitely way more maintenance than chickens. Chickens just kind of do whatever.
They require quite a bit, like as far as, so, and it's new to us, so we're learning as we go, so, which is fun.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Well, thank you so much for watching Lynell Havenland Life.